Welcome to my story. My name is Sophia. This is the true story of how my stepmother Elaine destroyed my life when I was 16, and how exactly 10 years later I destroyed hers forever and took back every single thing she stole from me. It all started on the worst night anyone can imagine. I was 16 years old. My dad had just died 6 weeks earlier from what everyone called a sudden heart attack. He was only 52, strong, healthy, always laughing. He built our family a huge white mansion with tall columns, a swimming pool, 3 garages, and a long driveway full of pink rose bushes. He promised me 1,000 times, Sophia. One day, all this will be yours. You are my only child, my princess. But then Elaine entered our lives. She married my dad when I was 12. She was 30. Then young, beautiful with long blonde hair and a smile that fooled everyone but me. From the first day she looked at me like I was in her way. She wanted the money, the house, the life, and she wanted me gone. Dad never saw it. He was too in love. The night of Dad's funeral, Elaine called me into the big living room, the one with the giant crystal chandelier, and my real mom's old piano. She was wearing a tight black dress holding a glass of champagne. She looked happy, not sad, she said. Sophia, sit down. We need to talk about your fathers. I sat, my heart beating fast, hoping Dad left me something to remember him by. Elaine smiled her cold smile and said, Your father changed everything a week before he died. The new will says every dollar, every house, every company goes to me. You get nothing. You have 1 hour to pack, 1 small bag, and leave this house forever. I started crying hard, begging, No, please, that can't be true. Dad loved me. Show me the will. She took out papers and pushed them at me. There it was, Dad's signature. But something looked wrong. The lines were too perfect, I said. This is fake. Dad would never do this to me. Elaine laughed and called 2 big security guards. They grabbed my arms like I was a criminal. She opened the front door. Rain was pouring down like the sky was crying with me here, she said, and threw $5,000 at my feet. Disappear, little girl. If you ever come back or tell anyone about this house, I will make sure you regret being born. The guards carried me out and dropped me in the mud. The huge iron gates closed with a loud metal bang. I stood there soaked, shaking, holding 1 black trash bag with 3 old t-shirts, 1 pair of jeans, and a small photo of my real mom, who died when I was 5. I screamed Elaine's name, until my voice broke. That night, I slept under a noisy highway bridge. The rain never stopped. Trucks roared above me. I was cold, hungry, scared, and completely alone. I cried until I had no tears left. For 2 years, I lived like a ghost, sleeping in shelters, working 3 jobs, cleaning office toilets at night, pouring coffee at a diner in the morning, and going to high school whenever I could. My clothes always smelled like bleach and coffee. Teachers saw how broken I was. One kind teacher named Mrs. Garcia let me sleep on her couch. Sometimes she made me hot chocolate and said, Sophia, your pain is fuel. Don't let it burn you. Let it push you. Study hard. Become strong. One day, you will go back and take everything that belongs to you. I listened to every word I studied, like my life depended on it. Because it did. I graduated top of my class, won a full scholarship to the best college there. I studied accounting, criminal law, and how rich people hide money. I never forgot Elaine's face or the sound of those gates closing after college. I joined the IRS, the government tax police. I became one of the best criminal investigators in the country. I learned how to follow secret money, how to find hidden companies, how to prove forgery. Every case I solved was practice for the one case that mattered most. Hers one day. Everything changed. A bank manager called me. His name was Mr. Patel. 10 years earlier, he saw a crying 16-year-old girl sitting in his bank lobby, begging to see her dad's safety box. That girl was me. He remembered because I looked exactly like my real mom. When Elaine came with fake papers trying to open the box, Mr. Patel said, no, he kept the real spare key hidden for 10 whole years. Inside was Dad's real, Will, the one he signed 2 weeks before he died? It said to my daughter Sophia. Moreau, I leave everything, my house, my money, my companies, all of it. She is my only child. Mr. Patel kept that will safe when he heard I now worked for the IRS. He called me Sophia. It is time. Justice time. I opened the box with shaking hands. There it was, the real will signed, dated, witnessed by 2 honest people who were still alive. Elaine had paid a crooked lawyer to forge a fake one. That is a federal crime. I started building my case in secret for months. I watched every bank account Elaine had. I saw her spend my money on private jets, diamonds, plastic surgery, 4 husbands who all left when the cash got tight. She never paid taxes, right? She hid $38 million in secret companies overseas. Every dollar was proof 10 years after she threw me into the rain. I was ready on a bright sunny Tuesday morning. I drove up the same long driveway in a black government car with big iris letters on the side. The gates opened automatically. This time, I parked right in front of the huge white door. I wore a perfect black suit, my hair in a tight bun. My badge said Special Agent Sophia Thompson. The new butler opened the door. He had no idea who I really was. Good morning, Mom. Mrs. Harrington is waiting in the drawing room. I walked slowly through my house. Everything looked smaller now. The giant staircase, the crystal chandelier, the empty wall where Mom's painting used to hang. Elaine had sold it. Elaine stood up when I entered. She was 50 now, her face frozen from too much surgery. She tried to smile. Agent Thompson, welcome. Would you like coffee or champagne? No, thank you, I said, calm and strong. I opened my silver briefcase and took out the first thick folder. Big red letters. Criminal investigation. Elaine Harrington. Her fake smile died fast. She looked closer at my face. Her eyes went huge. You? You're the little... Hello, Elaine, I said. Or should I say stepmother? She dropped her glass. It shattered on the marble floor. Champagne spread like blood everywhere. I kept talking like nothing happened today. We are seizing this house, every bank account, every car, every piece of jewelry, and every secret company you own. You forged a will. You committed tax fraud for 10 years. You hid $38 million. That money is mine. I placed the real will on the table. She stared at it like it was poison outside. Cars pulled up my team. 10 agents, 2 huge trucks ready to take everything away. Elaine started fake crying. Sophia, please, I was young. I made mistakes. We are family. I laughed for the first time in that house in 10 years, family. I repeated. You threw a 16-year-old girl into the rain with 1 trash bag. You sold my mom's painting. You spent my college money on your fake face. We are not family. I took out shiny handcuffs, cold and heavy. Elaine backed away, screaming, You can't do this. I have lawyers. Your lawyers are being arrested right now. I said, the same ones who forged the fake will. I walked toward her slowly. She tripped over the expensive rug and fell hard. I knelt down and snapped the cuffs on her wrists. Click, click, she screamed. My agents rushed in, lifted her up and carried her out as they dragged her down the steps. She kept yelling, Sophia, Sophia, please. I did not answer. I just watched the woman who destroyed my childhood disappear into a police van. The house went completely quiet. For the first time in 10 years, I walked to the front door, stood on the steps. The sun was warm. Birds were singing. No rain today. This house, this money, this life. Everything was finally mine again. But Elaine still had secrets hidden, and my revenge was only just beginning. The second the van with Elaine drove away, my team started moving fast. Yellow crime scene tape went around the whole mansion. Agents carried out boxes full of papers, laptops, designer bags full of diamonds. One young agent came running to me, holding a red jewelry box. Mom, look at this necklace. It is worth almost $300,000. Now I remembered Elaine wearing that exact necklace to my dad's funeral, while fake crying. I looked at the diamonds sparkling and said, Tag it as evidence. Every piece here was bought with my dad's blood money. Keep going. The house smelled different already. No more heavy perfume, No more fake laughs, just fresh air coming through every open window. I walked inside slowly, touching the walls. Dad painted himself when I was little. I went upstairs to my old bedroom. The door was locked. I told an agent, "Open it, please." He used a small tool pop. The lock opened inside. Everything was different. My pink bed, my posters, my teddy bears, all gone. Elaine turned it into a private gym with big mirrors and exercise machines. I stood there feeling fire in my chest. Then I saw something small under the treadmill. A wooden box. My secret childhood box. I pulled it out. Heart beating fast inside was Dad's old silver watch, the one he wore every single day, and a folded letter in his handwriting. To my sweet Sophia, if you are reading this, something bad happened to me. Never stop fighting. You are stronger than anyone I know. I love you forever. Daddy tears came, but good tears. This time, I put the watch on my wrist. It fit perfect. Now my phone started ringing. It was Mr. Patel, the kind bank manager. "Sophia, congratulations. The house is legally yours again. All accounts frozen in. Elaine's name are being moved to your name today, starting now." I said, "Thank you, Mr. Patel. You saved my life." Then another call came from a number I didn't know. "Hello, Sophia." A man's voice, deep, nervous. "This is Victor Elaine's fourth husband, the one she married last year. You don't know me, but I need to talk fast before it's too late." "Elaine is not finished. She has something hidden that can still hurt you," I said. "Tell me everything," Victor said. "Meet me tonight alone at the old Riverside coffee shop on 5th Street. 8 o'clock. Come by yourself," I said. "Okay, I will be there." I told my team I was going out for food. They wanted to follow for protection. I said no, this is personal. At 8 o'clock sharp, I drove Dad's old Mercedes, that was now mine again, to the coffee shop. Victor sat in the back corner wearing a baseball hat pulled low. His hands shook when he saw me. "Sophia, you grew up beautiful just like your real mom." Elaine always hated that. He drank his coffee fast. "She is evil, Sophia. She has a hidden safe in the basement behind the big wine room. Inside is a second fake will that says if anything happens to her, all the money goes to a secret son she had 20 years ago, a boy nobody knows about. If that paper gets to court, you could lose everything again." I felt cold inside. "Where is this boy now?" Victor said. "Elaine sent him to expensive schools in Europe, paid everything. He is 20 now and only cares about money. He will fly here the second he hears Mom is in trouble," I said. "Show me the safe tonight." Victor gave me a small gold key. "This opens the basement side door. The safe code is her birthday, 0715. We have to go now before police seal the whole house forever." I took the key, thanked him, and drove fast back to the mansion. It was dark, only 2 agents outside guarding. I showed my badge, said I forgot. "Important case files inside. They let me pass." "No problem." I went straight to the basement. The wine room smelled like old, expensive bottles. I pushed the huge wooden shelf like Victor told me. It moved easy behind it. A metal door I used. The gold key clicked inside a small secret room with one big safe on the floor. I typed 0715. The safe opened wide. Inside stacks of cash, a small gun, papers, and the second fake. "Will exactly like," Victor said. Plus photos of a young man with Elaine's cold blue eyes on the back. Written Alexander, born July 15th, 2004. My half-brother. I never knew about. I took everything. Put it in my bag. Then I saw one more thing. A small black USB drive. I grabbed that too. Closed the safe, pushed the shelf back, and walked out. Calm. No one saw me back in my small apartment. I plugged the USB into my laptop. What I saw made me shake with pure rage. Videos. Elaine recording herself in that same basement, laughing with a glass of wine, saying the doctor was easy to pay. Dad never knew I put the poison in his coffee every morning. Slow and quiet. Heart attack perfect. And that stupid girl Sophia? She believed the fake will so easy. I will enjoy spending her money. There were emails too to the crooked lawyer. Double the payment. Make sure Sophia disappears if she ever fights back. Police can have accidents. You know what? I mean, my hands shook. This was proof of murder. Not just stealing. Dad was murdered for money. I called my friend Detective Marcus Ree right away. Marcus, send me everything. Now we are getting a murder warrant tonight. I sent all the files. Then I sat on the floor holding Dad's. Watch crying hard tomorrow. Elaine will learn. Throwing me out was the worst mistake she ever made, because now she will die in prison. But the story was far from over. Alexander the Secret Son just booked a flight from Paris. He thinks he is coming to save Mom and take the mansion. He has no idea his mom is locked up, and the real owner is waiting with cold handcuffs and a smile. The next morning, the whole city woke up to breaking news on every channel. Rich widow Elaine Harrington arrested for murder poisoning her husband and robbing his only daughter. People could not stop talking. My phone exploded with messages. Old classmates, teachers, even the diner where I used to pour coffee. Everyone said we always knew she was evil. I didn't answer anyone. I was too busy getting ready for the biggest day. Alexander the Secret Son landed at 3 p.m. Victor texted me the exact flight I drove to the airport in a simple gray car. No government plates. This time I wore jeans, a black hoodie, sunglasses, and a baseball cap. He walked out of international arrivals. Tall blonde, 20 years old. Expensive suitcase, designer sunglasses, looking around like he already owned America. A driver stood holding a big sign. Alexander Harrington private car. He smiled wide, thinking Mom sent the best. Welcome ever. I waited until he climbed into the back seat. Then I opened the front door, slid in, and turned around. Hello, Alexander. My name is Sophia Moreau, the real owner of everything. You just flew 8,000 miles to steal. His smile vanished. Who the hell are you? Get out? This is my car. No, I said. Calm and slow. Your mother is in jail for murder. This car, this house, every dollar. It is all mine by law. He laughed loud. You are crazy. My mom warned me. Some homeless girl might try to lie. I have the new will. I pulled the second fake will from my bag, the one I took from the safe last night. Look familiar. Your mom wrote this one too, but it is as fake as her face. He turned white. Where did you get that from the safe behind the wine shelf code? 0715. Your birthday, I said, smiling. Now he started sweating hard. How do you know my birthday? Because I own that house now, I said. And your mom murdered my dad to steal it from me. He tried to jump out, but the doors were locked. Child safety. On the driver was my friend Detective Ree in plain clothes. Alexander started banging on the windows, screaming, "Let me out. I will call lawyers," I said. Go ahead. Call them from a jail cell, because you knew about the poison money. You took her payments every month for 20 years. That makes you guilty too. Ree turned on red and blue police lights, and we drove straight to the big downtown station. Alexander started crying like a little boy. Please, I didn't know about poison. She just sent money for school and cars. I swear I didn't feel sorry 1 second at the station. They put him in a small gray room with a metal table. I walked in with Ree. Alexander looked up. Tears running. Mom said, "You were dead," she said. "You disappeared." He realized everything was a lie. I sat down across from him and said, "Your mom poisoned my dad. Slow poison in his coffee every morning, then forged 2 wills to steal from me. Now she will die in prison, and you will join her, unless you help me right now." He wiped his face. "What do you want?" I said. "Tell the truth on camera about every payment, every email, every time she talked about me." He nodded fast. Yes, anything." Ree set up the camera. Alexander talked for 2 hours, crying, saying Mom always said Sophia was a mistake, that she wished the girl had died with her real mom. He showed bank transfers from Elaine's secret accounts to his schools in Switzerland and Paris, millions of dollars while I was sleeping under bridges. When he finished, Ree said, "Good job, kid. You just saved yourself 20 years across the hall in another room." Elaine sat in orange jail clothes. No makeup, no jewelry. She looked old and small. The guard opened the glass window so they could see each other. Elaine saw Alexander and started screaming, "My baby! Alex, help mommy!" They framed me. I am innocent. Alexander looked at her and said, "You told me Sophia was dead. You poisoned her dad. You lied about everything." Elaine banged on the glass. "You ungrateful little bastard! I gave you the best life." Alexander turned to me and said, "Lock her up forever, please." The guards dragged Elaine away, screaming, "Alexander's name!" He just cried harder. That same afternoon, the prosecutor added murder 1 to all her charges. The judge froze every penny she ever touched. No bail. The real will was proven 100% in emergency court. The house, the companies, the bank accounts. Everything transferred to my name that night. I drove home to my mansion. The gates opened for me. I parked. Dad's Mercedes in the garage, walked inside, turned on all the lights and just stood there. It was mine again. Really mine. I went to the kitchen, made tea, sat at the big table where Dad used to help me with homework, and I smiled. But one more surprise was waiting upstairs in Dad's old study. I found a letter he wrote the day before he died, taped under the desk drawer to my Sophia. "If Elaine ever hurts you, fight with everything you have. I saved proof in the bank box with Mr. Patel. Never give up. Daddy loves you." I cried, happy tears holding that letter. The trial was coming fast, and I was ready to watch Elaine lose forever. But before that, one final person needed to feel my revenge. The crooked lawyer who forged both wills. He thought he was safe in his big office downtown. He had no idea I was coming for him. 2 weeks after Alexander turned on his own mom. The trial date was set. The whole country was watching rich widow poisoned husband, forged wills, robbed orphan daughter. It was on every news channel, every day. I didn't care about fame, I only cared about justice. But before the big court day, I had one more person to destroy. The crooked lawyer who made both fake wills. His name was Gregory Lang, top partner at Lang and Associates downtown Glass Tower. Fancy suits, $1 million smile. He thought he was untouchable because Elaine paid him $10 million cash under the table. I knew. Because Alexander gave me the secret ledger from the USB I drove to his office building on a Monday morning. No appointment, no warning. I wore my IRS badge on my belt, plain black suit hair in a tight bun. The receptionist smiled. "Good morning, Mom. Do you have an appointment?" I showed my badge. Gregory Lang, Criminal Investigation Division. She went pale. Picked up the phone. "Mr. Lang, there is an IRS agent here for you now." His voice came through the speaker. "Send her up." I took the elevator to the top floor 42. His office was huge windows from floor to ceiling, view of the whole city. He stood up smiling. "Big Sophia Moreau, I heard so much about you. Congratulations on getting the house back. What can I do for the IRS today?" I didn't smile. I closed the door, locked it, and said, "You can start by putting your hands where I can see them. Gregory Lang, you are under arrest for forgery, conspiracy to commit murder, wire fraud, money laundering, and about 20 more charges." His smile died fast. "What? This is crazy. I have never..." He stopped when I dropped the thick folder on his desk inside copies of both fake wills, his signatures, his bank records showing $10 million from Elaine. Secret Cayman Islands account emails where he wrote, "Make sure the girl disappears if she fights back. Accidents happen." He turned white, started sweating. "I have lawyers. I want my phone now," I said. "Your phone is already seized downstairs. My team is taking your computer's files. Everything right now." He tried to run to the window. I was faster. Grabbed his arm, twisted it behind his back, and snapped on handcuffs. "Myself." "Click, click," he screamed. "You can't do this. I am a lawyer special agent," I said with a smile. "You forgot. Lawyers go to jail too, especially when they help murder someone for money." I opened the door. My team was waiting, 10 agents in suits. They marched in, started boxing. Everything Gregory kept yelling. "This is a mistake. I will sue you all." I looked at him one last time. "Remember? Elaine screaming when I arrested her? Same energy. Gregory, you helped throw a 16-year-old girl into the rain for money. Now you are going to the same prison as your client. Enjoy the view from a cell. The news that night was wild. Top lawyer arrested in dramatic raid connected to Harrington murder case. People cheered in the streets. Strangers sent me flowers and messages saying thank you for fighting back. I went home to my mansion, made popcorn, sat on the big couch, and watched Gregory being walked out in cuffs, just like Elaine. It felt so good. But the best part was still coming, the actual trial. Elaine in orange jumpsuit, no makeup hair, gray, sitting at the defense table looking small and old. The courtroom was packed, cameras everywhere. The judge banged the gavel order. Please. The prosecutor started with my dad. Autopsy report showed rare poison in his blood. Slow acting, perfect for fake heart attack. Then the video from the USB, Elaine laughing on camera saying the poison worked perfect. That stupid girl Sophia will never know. The whole room gasped. Elaine tried to stand up, shouting, "That's not me, it's fake," but her own voice was clear. Then Alexander walked in as witness. Everyone went quiet. He looked at his mom and said, "She told me Sophia was dead. She paid me millions to stay quiet. I am sorry I was wrong." He cried. Real tears. The jury looked sick. Then I took the stand. I told everything, the rainy night, the trash bag, the shelters, the jobs, how I studied, how I came back. I held up Dad's real will and said, "This is what love looks like. The fake ones are what greed looks like." When I finished, people in the court were crying. Even the bailiff wiped his eyes. Elaine's lawyer tried to speak, but no one listened. Closing arguments were short. The prosecutor said, "This woman killed for money and threw away a child. Give her life." The defense said, "She is a mother. She made mistakes." The judge told the jury, "Go decide." They came back in 19 minutes, guilty on every single count. Murder in the first-degree forgery, fraud. Everything. The judge looked at Elaine. "Elaine Harrington, you poisoned your husband, stole from his daughter, and tried to destroy a child. I sentence you to life in prison. No parole ever." Elaine screamed, "No! No!" Falling to the floor. Guards picked her up, carried her out. She kept looking back at me with pure hate. I just smiled and waved goodbye. Gregory Lang got 40 years the same day. Outside the courthouse, reporters shouted, "Miss Moreau, how do you feel?" I took the microphone, looked straight at the cameras and said, "I feel like a 16-year-old girl who finally came home. The rain made me strong today. The sun is mine." That night I drove home. Gates opened, lights on, warm dinner cooking. I invited Mrs. Garcia, my old teacher, Mr. Patel, the bank manager, Detective Ree Victor, even Alexander, who was free because he helped everyone, sat at the big table laughing, telling stories. I looked around at my family, the real one, not blood, but love. And I knew Dad was watching, smiling. But one final sweet thing was waiting. Upstairs in Dad's old safe. I had never opened it before. Now I had the real combination from his birthday. I turned the dial. Click, click, click. Inside was one last envelope to my Sophia. If you are reading this, I knew something was wrong. Keep my little girl safe. I love you forever. And a small velvet box inside a diamond ring. Mom's engagement ring. He saved it for me. Tears fell, but happy ones. I put it on my finger. Perfect. Fit. The mansion was mine. The money was mine. Justice was done. But the real treasure was knowing. I turned pain into power after the trial. Life felt like a dream. The mansion was quiet. No more screaming. No more fake people. Just birds singing in the morning and the smell of fresh coffee. I woke up every day in my old room, now painted soft pink again, with Mom's painting back on the wall. I bought it from the person Elaine sold it to, for triple the price, just to feel Mom close. Money started coming in fast. The companies Dad built were strong again. I hired good people to run them, and opened a special home next to the mansion for girls who lost parents or got thrown out like me. The Sophia House, we called it. 30 beds warm. Food teachers who care. No one ever sleeps under a bridge again. The first girl who came was 15. Her stepdad kicked her out when her mom died. I hugged her and said, "Welcome home. This is yours now forever." She cried. Happy tears. Just like me. Alexander came to visit one day. He was different now. No fancy clothes, no attitude. He stood at the gate, nervous. "Can I talk to you, Sophia?" I said. "Come in." We walked to the garden, sat by the pool. He said, "I am so sorry for everything my mom did for taking money while you suffered. I was spoiled blind. I want to help now." I looked at him long and hard, then said, "Prove it." He started working at the Sophia house every weekend, teaching the kids art. He was good at it. He paid for new computers, new books from his own savings, no more secret money. He became like a big brother to everyone, even to me. Sometimes we laughed about how crazy life is. Victor Elaine's last husband sent flowers and a letter. "Thank you, Sophia, for ending the nightmare. I am free now, getting married to a good woman. Wish you happiness." He moved far away, started over. Clean. Mr. Patel. The bank manager retired, came to dinner every Sunday. We ate homemade food, told old stories. He said, "Sophia, your dad is dancing in heaven today." Mrs. Garcia. My teacher moved into a little guest house on the property. She helps with homework, drinks, tea on the porch, watches the girls grow strong. Every night, I wore Dad's watch and Mom's ring to bed. They kept me safe. But one day, 6 months later, something new happened. A letter came in the mail. No return address. Just my name on the front. I opened it inside one photo. Me at 16, crying outside the gates. The night Elaine threw me out, and a note written in Elaine's handwriting. "You think you won. Little girl, enjoy it while it lasts. I will make you pay from inside these walls." My blood went cold. How did she send this from prison life sentence? "No contact." I called the warden right away. Warden James said, "Sophia, calm down. We are checking every mail, every visitor. Elaine is locked in maximum security, 23 hours a day. But someone is helping her from outside," I said. "Find them fast that night." I couldn't sleep. I walked the house checking every door, every window. The girls were safe, sleeping, peaceful. Then my phone rang. Private number. "Hello, Sophia." A woman's voice. "Old Rough. This is Nurse Carter. I worked at the prison hospital. Elaine paid me to deliver that letter. She has a plan. She wants revenge." "Bad," I said. "Meet me tomorrow. Bring everything." Nurse Carter came to the mansion, shaking, scared. She was 60, thin gray hair. Elaine gives orders through another prisoner who gets visitors. That prisoner writes letters, hides them in laundry. Elaine still has money hidden, even after everything small accounts we missed. Nurse Carter gave me a list of names. Visitors, guards, anyone taking cash. I thanked her, gave her $10,000 and a new job at the Sophia house. Safe forever. I called Detective Ree. We raided 3 houses that same week, found hidden cash. Fake IDs, letters from Elaine, saying when I get out, Sophia will suffer slow. Like her dad, every person got arrested. The prison moved Elaine to solitary confinement. Real solitary. No contact, no mail, no visitors forever. The warden called me personally. "Sophia, it is over. She can't hurt you anymore. She will die alone in that cell." I hung up, felt peace. Real peace. But I wanted one last look. I drove to the prison 1 year after the trial. Special permission, just me and the warden. We walked deep underground, cold concrete halls. Elaine sat behind thick glass orange jumpsuit, hair all gray face, old and broken. She looked up, saw me. Her eyes went wide with hate. "Sophia, you bitch, you took everything." The warden said, 5 minutes. I sat down, picked up the phone. "Hello? Elaine? Remember the rain? Remember telling me I was nothing? Look at me now, I own the house, the money, the life you wanted, and you You have gray walls and a toilet for company forever. Elaine screamed into the phone. I will kill you. I will. She banged the glass. Guards rushed in, held her down. I smiled calm and said, Too late, stepmother. You already tried and lost. Enjoy your forever. Goodbye. I hung up, stood up, walked out, never looked back. The sun was shining outside, birds singing. I drove home, gates opened, music playing. The girls were laughing in the pool. I joined them, jumped in clothes and all. We splashed, screamed happy. That day, I knew it was truly finished. No more fear, no more hate, only love and light. But one final sweet surprise was waiting in Dad's old office. Safe a videotape labeled play. If something happens to me, I put it in the old player. Dad's face appeared tired but smiling. Sophia, my princess, if Elaine ever hurts, I saved everything. The real will, the proof. She is dangerous. I love you more than life. Be happy. Live big for me. The video ended. I cried. Then I smiled. Big. Dad knew Dad always protected me. Now I protect others. The circle is complete. 2 years flew by like a beautiful dream. The Sophia house grew from 30 girls to 120. We built new buildings, a big library, a soccer field, even a small movie theater. Every girl who came in scared and broken, left strong, ready for college or jobs. I walked through the gardens every morning watching them laugh, play, study, and I knew Dad and Mom were smiling down. The mansion looked alive again. Flowers everywhere, kids running music playing. No more cold silence. I still wore Dad's watch every day, and Mom's ring, never took them off. They were my lucky charms. Alexander became family, real family. He finished college with his own money. No more secret cash. He taught art classes full-time at the Sophia house. The kids called him Mr. Alex. He smiled real smiles now. Not the fake rich boy one. He even started dating a sweet teacher named Maria. They looked happy together. Victor sent Christmas cards from his new home in Italy, married with a baby girl. He named her Sophia after me. Mr. Patel came, every weekend played chess with the older girls, taught them about money and banks. Mrs. Garcia turned 80. We threw the biggest party. The whole town came, cake balloons, fireworks. She hugged me and said, Sophia, you turned pain into magic, I cried. Happy tears that night one day. A big envelope came from the prison official letter. Elaine Harrington died last night, heart attack alone in her cell. No visitors, no family, just guards. Found her cold. I sat down, read it twice. Felt nothing. No hate, no sadness, just empty. She was gone forever. The woman who poisoned Dad threw me out, tried to destroy me, died alone in the place she deserved. I called the warden. Thank you for telling me. He said, Sophia, we found one last thing in her cell. A note addressed to you. Guards brought it in a plastic bag. I opened it. Shaking hand. The note said, Sophia, you won. I hate you forever. Elaine. That was all. No. Sorry. No regret. Just hate. I looked at the paper, laughed out loud, then burned it in the fireplace. Watched the flames eat her last words. Goodbye. Elaine rot in whatever hell waits for people like you. That same week, something amazing happened. A movie producer called Miss Moreau. Your story is everywhere. Women love it. We want to make a big film about your life. Will you help tell it? I said yes, but only if the money helps more girls. We signed the deal. Millions coming in. All going to build Sophia houses across the country. Every state will have one. No girl ever sleeps under a bridge again. The movie started filming right in my mansion. Real actors played me Elaine Dad. Everyone. The girl who played 16-year-old me cried real tears when they filmed the rain scene. I hugged her after and said you did perfect because you felt it. The premiere night was magic. Red carpet lights, cameras, thousands of people. The movie ended. The whole theater stood up, clapping, crying, cheering. They called me on stage. I walked up, holding the microphone, looked at the crowd and said, "This story is not just mine. It is for every girl who is told, she is nothing. You are everything. Never give up. Fight back. Come back stronger." The applause was so loud the building shook after the movie. My book came out. Sophia's Revenge. It hit #1 in 1 week. Sold millions. I signed copies for hours. Little girls brought me drawings, said thank you for saving us. I cried. Every time one day a package came. No name. Just a small box inside Dad's old coffee mug. The one Elaine poisoned. I didn't know it still existed with a note from the prison property room. She kept this in her cell until the end. Thought you should have it. I held. The mug felt cold. Then I took it to the garden, smashed it into 1,000 pieces, buried the pieces under a new rose bush. Red roses for Dad's. Blood. Now they bloom bright every spring. The sweetest thing happened on the 3rd anniversary of getting my house back. I woke up early, made coffee, went to Dad's grave. The sun was rising, birds singing. I sat down, talked to him like always. "Dad, I did it. I took it all back. I help girls every day, just like you would want. I love you forever." A warm wind blew soft, like his hand on my cheek. I knew he heard me that night. We had the biggest party ever at the mansion. All the girls, teachers, staff, hundreds of people, lights, music, dancing, fireworks. Alexander proposed to Maria under the stars. Everyone cheered. I stood on the balcony looking down at my family. Real family made of love, not blood. And I smiled so big my face hurt. Life was perfect. But one final gift was waiting. A letter from the government official paper. The president of the country gave me a special award for courage in helping children. The ceremony was in Washington. Big stage, flags, cameras. The president shook my hand, said Sophia. "Moreau, you are a hero to millions." I looked at the crowd, thousands cheering, and thought about that rainy night, the trash bag. The bridge and I cried happy tears on national TV. The president gave me the medal. I held it up and said, "This is for every girl who thinks she is lost. You are found. You are strong. You are coming home." That night I flew home, hung the medal in the Sophia house entrance, so every new girl sees it first thing and knows anything is possible. 5 years passed, like the best dream anyone could ever have. The Sophia houses are now in every single state. 52 beautiful places full of laughing girls, strong girls, girls who walk in scared and walk out ready to rule the world. The movie won awards. The book is in 30 languages, millions of copies sold. Little girls send me letters every day with drawings of hearts and the words, "Thank you for showing us. We can fight back." I keep every single letter in a huge room painted pink, just like my old bedroom. Alexander and Maria got married in the garden under pink roses. They had a baby girl last year. They named her Hope. She has my eyes and Dad's smile. She calls me Aunt Sophia and runs to me with sticky hands. Every time I visit, Victor sends pictures from Italy. His little Sophia is walking now. Mr. Patel is 90, but still comes every Sunday. Teaches chess and tells the girls, "Never let anyone steal your future." Mrs. Garcia lived to 93. She died peaceful in the guest house. Holding my hand, she whispered, "You did it, baby girl. You turned rain into sunshine." We buried her under her favorite tree. The girls planted flowers that bloom all year every morning. I wake up in the big mansion. The sun comes through my window. I make coffee in Dad's favorite mug. A new one, not the poisoned one. I go to the porch, watch the gates open for new girls arriving. Some come with trash bags, just like I did. I run down the steps, hug them tight, and say, "Welcome home. This is yours forever. No one will ever throw you out again." The house is always full of noise, music, homework, laughing, crying, healing. It is alive the way Dad always wanted. I never married. I didn't need to. My family is huge. Hundreds of daughters, sisters, teachers, friends, love bigger than any ring. But one day, a man came to the gate. Tall, kind eyes, quiet smile. He was a teacher from the New York Sophia house. He said, "Miss Moreau, I just wanted to say thank you." My sister lived here 10 years ago. You saved her life." I looked at him and felt something warm. We started talking. Coffee turned into dinner. Dinner turned into dates. He understands pain. He understands second chances. His name is James. We are taking it slow. But the girls already call him Uncle James and giggle when he holds my hand. Life is soft now. Sweet. Now full. Now every year on the anniversary of the rainy night, we have a huge party. No sad faces. Only celebration. We light lanterns, send them into the sky. One for every girl who made it. One for Dad. One for Mom. One for the 16-year-old me, who never gave up. The lanterns float high bright against the dark, just like hope. The president invited me back to the White House last month, this time to open the National Sophia Foundation. Every state, every city will have a safe place. I stood on the big stage, looked at thousands of people and said, "This all started with one girl, one trash bag, one night in the rain. Never forget your pain can become someone else's." Light when I finished, the whole room stood up, clapping, crying, cheering, just like the movie premiere. But real. This time, I wear Dad's watch every day. It still ticks perfect. I wear Mom's. Ring it still shines. I wear the President's Medal. When I speak to schools, I am 36 now. Strong, happy, free. The mansion gates are always open now. No locks, no guards. Just welcome signs and flowers. The driveway is full of bikes and basketballs. The pool full of screaming, happy kids. The kitchen always smells like cookies. I walk through my house every night before bed. Touch the walls Dad built. Kiss the pictures of Mom and Dad. Good night, and I whisper, "Thank you for making me a fighter." The story that started with rain and hate ended with sunshine and love. Elaine is forgotten. Her name never spoken here. Her grave has no flowers, just grass. The girls who live here now never heard of her. They only know Miss Sophia who came back and won. They only know love wins. Always, I am Sophia. Moreau once. Homeless. Once broken. Now. Home. Now whole. Now. Mother to hundreds. This is the true ending. No more. Revenge. Only love. Only light. Only forward. If you are reading this and you are hurting, hold on. Study, fight. Come back stronger. The gates will open for you too. I promise. One day you will stand on your own porch, watch your own lanterns float high, and you will smile so big, the whole world feels it. Thank you for walking this journey with me, from the bridge to the mansion, from tears to triumph. This is where the story ends, but the love never does goodbye, and keep fighting.